Hello and welcome everyone to Pandora's Tarot. These are the readings for the month of August. And as I always say, remember to check not only your sun sign but also your rising and your moon sign, especially the moon sign for women and for those who were born during the night. It can be really powerful, and all three aspects conform, the energies that could manifest in each and every one of us in our lives, right? So please remember to check the three videos. If you can't, do check at least your rising sign, okay? Because that would be one of the most important. And as I always say, if you would like to contact me for a private reading, you can do so at pandorastarot@gmail.com. You can find the address in the description box below this video, so you can just copy paste from there. And of course, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for commenting. I love the community that has formed around these videos. So thank you again, and let's move on to the readings. Welcome back, Pisces. Okay, let's start with your reading. We have the cards already here. In the challenge position, we have the Death card in reverse. Now, the Death card in reverse in the challenge, in the focus of your month, means that you're having a hard time letting go. Okay? And this is not something that is just happening in August. I believe this is something you have been trying to avoid. Not even just in July. I think it's something you have been trying to avoid in the previous months as well. This is something that has been going on for quite some time. Here's the thing. Death card, when it shows up, it's a transition. It talks about something that must come to an end. Okay? It's something that it is, in a way dying in a situation, or basically a situation. It rarely speaks about someone actually dying. It's a situation that has come to an end, and the fact that it's upside down, that it's in reverse, you are trying with all your strength, with all your might, to avoid that transition. And the thing is that not only is not healthy, but it's really, first of all, it's really consuming in terms of energy. But also you're hurting yourself, because we have, in the next card, we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups represents feeling sorrow and crying over what has been lost, okay? And at the same time, it's a card that comes with a lesson that says that, if this person could turn around and see there are two cups still standing, this person would actually see there are things to still there are still worth fighting for. Okay, so here's the thing. It's a bit of a catch-22 situation where you're trying to avoid change because you don't want to feel the pain, right? But at the same time, it's so consuming that you are still hurting yourself in the meantime, because you're worried that it will change eventually. So it's a circle that it's totally unhealthy. So here's the thing, and here's the advice of the tarot and mine personally as another human being. You need to let it go. You need to let this change happen. Yes, you will feel pain, of course, but there are still things worth fighting for. Not everything is lost. Your life will not end because you go through this transition. Okay? And here's the thing. When you actually go with the flow and let this thing happen, this pain that you're going to go through, it's only one time, and then you move on. If you don't let go, then you sort of you get yourself in the situation that it starts to repeat itself. Okay, so you don't let go, you worry and you hurt yourself because you're thinking what will happen if it will land, and then you don't want to let go, and then so it is a question here of, if you would picture the reading for next month, for the month of September, would you like the reading to tell you that you are in the exact same place? No, I guess you would like to see some progress. We all like to see some progress in our lives. Here's the thing. You are holding yourself back. Okay, there is no other reason. It's just you. This is why the focus is on this transition. Okay, I know it's a bit harsh the way I'm saying it, but you know, it is time. It really is time. Just let it go. I know it's not easy, but you need to. And here's the thing. You have in the position of the things you won't be able to change the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, first of all, 9 is one of the numbers that symbolizes the end of a cycle. The Nine of Wands, we have someone who has fought many battles and is getting ready to fight the next one. Okay, so it could be that at some point, especially at the beginning of the month of August, you might feel you're kind of like in a lull and you feel like, oh well, it won't change. So you're okay. But then you start to see that maybe it will change and you start to avoid that. So again, you're throwing yourself and putting all your energy into a battle that is just not worth it anymore. Okay, so what the tarot here is saying is that it is almost inevitable that you will not let go easy. Okay, so this is not a reading to tell you you are wrong. Okay, whatever you're doing is wrong. Actually, we have a card in the help you're going to receive that is the card that symbolizes your destiny. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and it talks about whatever is going on or whatever will happen in your life. It was meant to be from the start. It's part of your destiny, and it's almost beyond your control. Okay, now, so I see this path that you're going through it as inevitable. So you will fight to keep this from changing. But what I want to say is really consider if this energy, this fighting energy that you have in you, will be perhaps best used in, fighting for what is still standing up, these two cups, fighting for what is still alive in a way. Because this death thing symbolizes what has to go, the old that no longer serves you. Okay, so it could be someone in your life, it could be a relationship, it could be that you are actually mourning someone who passed away, and it's time to start getting back on your feet. Okay, but like I said before, this is not a reading to tell you that you are wrong and where you are right now is just not right, and I'm not pointing a finger and saying that you're doing things the wrong way. Actually, the tarot is telling you, no, whatever you're going through, it's kind of what it was planned, because you have a lesson to learn here. Okay, and the lesson to learn is a little bit of going with the flow, letting the change happen, because usually what happens with Pisces is that you're very good with going with the flow. But sometimes that could be a front. And what I mean is that sometimes you look like you're okay with everything and that you're just going along with what life throws at you, but in reality you're kind of like totally rigid and trying not to change. Okay? And it is a process. It's a process to learn to, yes, go through the pain, even if, of course it's not nice, but eventually you will move on to something else. Movement is always best in life, for me at least. In the final cards we have, on one hand, the Emperor. So this could be someone as a father figure, a mentor, a grandfather, someone who could help you get out of the situation. Okay, someone, the Emperor is someone who's very wise and is seen as, of course, someone who has power. So it could be someone belonging to the signs of Capricorn or Aries. And, this is someone who, with their life experience, could eventually, talk to you through this situation of letting go. Okay? And it's almost like you will absorb their capacity to make decisions, because you have the Ace of Swords as the final card. And the Ace of Swords you know, like all aces, of course, as I always say, it's a new step in a new direction. So I would say that if you let this help come in, you will be able to let go, to close this chapter and move on. You know, it's not going to be easy, but you are able to do it. But most importantly, the Ace of Swords is a card that represents victory. It represents having a clear mind, so you're able to make good decisions. Okay, you have a sharp mind that will allow you to separate what matters from what it doesn't. You know, to separate what should stay from what it should go. Okay, so another thing also is that this is a symbol of strength, of being able to make decisions, you know, without, and to regain power over your life. Okay, instead of putting all your energy out there trying to avoid change, once you go through the mourning process and to just let it go, eventually you're able to refocus on you and to it's like you are going to reclaim yourself. Okay, and that's what will allow you to reconnect with your inner power, with your capacity to make decisions with a clear mind. This is a situation that makes everything really foggy, so you won't be able to it's difficult to realize or to see what should go and what should stay. And this is why, you know, if you really have someone who can lend you a hand, who can actually give you a different point of view, do reach out to them, okay, because it is a good source of help. So I hope this is helpful, Pisces. Thank you for spending your time with me. I'll see you next month. Take care.